Namaste children, welcome back to another session of our chapter Force. In LP1 of this chapter 16 Force, we understood that force it is a pull or a push action shown by on an object to move it, or even it is used to stop the moving object, and so on other functions like changing the direction, changing the shape, size, increasing the speed and decreasing the speed of the object. Everything it is a force will do. And even we came to know about four different types of forces like a gravitational force, a muscular force, a frictional force, and even we came to know about a magnetic force. Okay, so in our today's class we are going to classify these four different types of forces into another category, that is your contact and non-contact forces. Let us start our class. Today's main aim of our class is to understand and classify or group the forces into two different groups. One is contact force and the second one is non-contact forces. Okay, so for understanding today's activity, let's draw a table like this where you are going to have a coin, a magnet, a spring and a stone. Okay, so these are the things you are having, and copy this tabular column in your class books and keep heading 16.2. okay children, yes. So after copying this, now in your activity, to do this activity you need these materials, that is a bar, a magnet, a spring, that is in your pens it will be some coins, a stone and a wooden bark. Okay children, so in our today's class, while doing these two activities, first thing you will understand, that is, yes, when you will leave this coin up in the air, this coin will come and falls down due to, very good, it's gravitational force. So when a gravitational force it is acting on an object, you observe that whether the coin is touching to the soil or it is touching to the earth or not. Coin is in the air, it is coming down and falling on the earth due to gravitational force. That means your earth and coin, they are not in touch with each other, means they are not in contact with each other. Remember this word, contact. Okay children, okay. So now the next one, if you will see, even a magnet with a spring, if you are bringing this magnet near to the spring, but you didn't contact, when you are bringing the magnet near to the spring, you will find that this spring it is pulled towards the magnet. That means this magnet and spring, they are not in contact with each other, but due to the magnetic force, this spring it is pulled towards the magnet. Whereas when you will observe this wooden bark, when you are rubbing on this stone, wooden bark and stone, they are in contact with each other. Okay, so remember the word contact. So when some forces they are acting, both the objects are in contact with each other, and some forces they are acting, the objects are not contact with each other. Okay, so based on this we are classifying the forces into two different groups. One is a contact force and the second one is non-contact force. So to understand what are contact and non-contact forces, let's have a quick look on the video part.
Forces can be grouped as contact and non-contact forces. Muscular force and frictional force are examples of contact forces, as they can be applied only when two objects are in contact with each other. Gravitational force and magnetic force are examples of non-contact forces, as they can be applied from a distance.
Okay children, by this video you understood that there are two different types of forces, One is your contact forces and the second one is non-contact forces. In contact forces, force can be classified into two different groups. One we are saying as a contact force. So in this contact force, if you will observe, first one is your muscular force, where you are one object and this chair is another object. So when you want to move the chair, you are touching the chair and with the help of your muscular force, you are moving the chair. That means two objects are in direct contact with each other. This is compulsory. That's what direct contact is needed. So that type of forces where two objects are in contact with each other compulsorily, that type of forces we are saying as a contact forces. Even here if you will see, the frictional force is also a contact force where the wheels and the earth it are in contact with each other and he can move freely on the earth. So this type of forces, muscular and frictional forces, where both the objects are in direct touch with each other, in direct contact with each other, are called your contact forces. So one contact force you had seen. Now the second one is non-contact forces. In these non-contact forces, when you will observe, see here the leaves, they are above in the air and they are falling down towards the earth. That means this leaf and earth, they are not in direct contact with each other. So this type of forces where the two objects are not in touch with each other, that forces we are calling as a non-contact forces. Your gravitational force is the best example for a non-contact force. Along with the gravitational force, magnetic force is also one of the best example for your non-contact forces. Okay, children? Yes. So now, what type of force was applied in case and where all these types of them are applied by contact from a distance? Okay, so in earth it is applying a pulling force on the coin from a distance. So the magnet also is applying a force towards the nail from a distance. So this type of forces, if you will see, both the objects are not in contact with each other. So this type of forces are your non-contact forces. When you are explaining about a spring, so you are applying a muscular force on the spring so that the size of the spring is decreasing. Yes. So stone and a wooden bark, if you will see, you are rubbing the wooden bark on the stone. That means wooden bark and stone are in contact. They are in touch with each other. So they comes under contact forces. How the magnetic and gravitational force different from muscular and frictional force, because this magnetic and gravitational forces are your non-contact forces, whereas your frictional and muscular forces are your contact forces. Can contact and non-contact forces act together on an object? Yes, definitely they can act together on an object. While playing football or while playing cricket, a bowler he will throw the ball. When he is throwing the ball, that time the muscular force it will act, and even the batsman when he hit the ball, again the muscular force is acting. So now that ball which is hitted, it will fly in the air for some time and then it will drop down on the earth. That means muscular force is acting and on the same ball a gravitational force is acting. So your contact and non-contact forces, they can act together on an object. Okay, so after completing this, let's have a quick look on the worksheet part, children. In your worksheet, they are asking that write if each action is an example of a contact non-contact forces. Here you can see a girl is carrying a bucket. That means it's a contact force. Whereas an apple is falling down from the tree. It's a non-contact force. Okay, now the second question. Sort the forces into contact and non-contact forces. Four are there. Frictional force is a contact force. Muscular force is also a contact force, whereas gravitational force and the magnetic forces are the non-contact forces. The big question, if you will see, write any one difference between contact and non-contact forces. So in contact forces, both the objects both the objects will touch with each other. They are in, not will. Both the objects are in touch with each other, whereas non-contact forces, objects are not connected, they are not touched with each other. Okay. Now the third question, if you will see, a person kicks a ball that remains in the air for some time and then falls on the ground. Explain the different contact and non-contact forces on the ball. When a person kicks the ball, then a muscular force it is acting on the ball, which is remained in the air for some time, then it falls down. That means a gravitational force is also acting on the same ball. Okay, and if it is a muscular force, ball is kicking, means the boy and ball, two objects, they are in contact with each other, so it's a contact force. Whereas the ball, it is moving in the air for some time and dropped on the floor. That is because of the gravitational force. Okay children, so after your worksheet, now it's the turn of your practice questions from the textbook. Okay, gravity acts on a ball dropped from a height is an example of contact force, so it's a false statement. Frictional force acting on a matchstick while lighting is an example. Yes, it's a true option. How is contact force different from a non-contact force? Contact force where the two objects are in direct touch with each other, whereas the non-contact force, two objects they are not in contact with each other. Give an examples of each from a daily life. So they are asking one example for contact forces. Lifting a bucket, it's an example for contact force. Whereas non-contact force, for falling of pencil from a bench from a bench on the floor, it's a non-contact force. Okay children, now let's see the third question. Shyam pushed a carton. The cartoon first slid and then stopped near the door. Name three forces that are acting on the carton. He pushed a carton, so first one is your muscular force, it is acting on a slide. That means a frictional force is also acting. Then stopped near the door. So the third one is the magnetic force that is acting on it. Why did the cartoon stop near the door? Due to the magnetic force and the gravitational forces, the cartoon stopped near the door. Okay children, after listening the class, complete your 16.2 from volume book and content book. Thank you so much.